Today's video is all about how to create content for your YouTube channel. If you're just starting out on your YouTube channel, or maybe you're having a creative block around your videos, this video is going to help you get your content rolling. My name is Marley Jaxx, CEO of Jaxxed Productions, and I've helped thousands of entrepreneurs just like you be able to create their YouTube channel to generate passive income. First of all, I'm going to show you my favorite ways to come up with content ideas and never run out of them, no matter your industry or niche. Then we're going to get into equipment. I'm going to share with you what filming equipment you need and what you can leave out of your filming routine. Then I'm going to share with you my preparation checklist before I film any video. Let's first start with my favorite ways to come up with content ideas and never run out of them. I swear there is content everywhere if you know the right places to look. The first one is to come up with content pillars that you speak to. What I recommend is having 5 categories that you can speak to, whether it's speaking about your topic of expertise, talking about your business, maybe sharing some stuff about your family. When you can come up with 5 different categories, that's when you know exactly what you can talk to your audience about and to stay consistent with your messaging by sticking to those 5 content ideas. So maybe your content categories are something like your business, your family, maybe you have a photography hobby that you want to share. Maybe you're a cook and you want to share food, and that's another content category you have. And lastly, maybe another content category is books. Do you love books? What are maybe some quotes that you can share, your favorite books, things you've learned from them? So if you stick to those categories, that's going to make sure that you never run out of ideas. Because even if you take one of those categories, let's say books, for example, I shared how you can create many categories as a subcategory beneath that. Your favorite books, what you've learned, maybe are you writing a book, your favorite quotes, the sky's the limit. The second way to come up with content ideas and never run out of them is to do competitor research. Now this can be other people in your space, they can be people in niches that are close or similar to yours, or people who are direct competitors. Now I'm never telling you to copy what they're doing. That's never a good idea. Plagiarism, bad, don't do it. But when you can take inspiration from what other people are doing, maybe see what's working, see what topics they're speaking about, and share your perspective on it, that's going to be a great idea because there is content everywhere. You can look at what's trending on YouTube, what people are talking about in pop culture or in something that's happening in the news if maybe you have a take on it or can share your story related to it. And then lastly, with this one, you are never going to run out of ideas, and it's by doing keyword research. You're going to determine what questions your audience might have, and you can do this by even considering the frequently asked questions you get. Do you have a Facebook group where people are asking questions? What are the questions that your customers or your clients are asking all the time? I would actually recommend creating a Google spreadsheet or a Google Doc where you just keep track of these questions. Anytime you get a question, you can put it into this inventory, and next time you need to film content, you just go to that list and you create content based on the questions. This works because we already know that your audience is searching for answers on this topic. Now, the next piece to know is exactly how are they typing that into a search engine. The most important thing to know is that YouTube is not just a social media platform, it is a search engine. So if you can title your videos based on how people are searching for them, then those videos have the opportunity to rank in the top spots and be discoverable for years to come. On my YouTube channel, you might see that there are videos that I made years ago, back in 2016 when I first started my channel, that are still getting thousands of views every single day, whether I'm working that day or not, and I've never run ads to them. These are videos that I made once, but because I titled them the way that people are searching for this content, they're ranking in some of the top spots that when people are searching for it, they're still finding those videos and finding value. So now that I've shared those, are you using any of these methods right now? Let me know in the comments, or if there's any method that you're using that I haven't thought of, I'd love for you to share that too. Now, in creating content for your YouTube channel, the next most common question I get is, Marley, what camera should I use? And you might be surprised by my answer because it's very simple. The one you have. When I first started my YouTube channel, you might think this is a little bit funny, I propped up my iPhone on a chair on a stack of books. I didn't have a tripod at the time, even though they're fairly low investment. I stacked it up and I used a lamp with no lampshade for lighting, or I'd put it in front of a window for natural lighting, and I couldn't even get my stack of books high enough, so I would also kind of squat down to be in the view. And that was all it took. You can go back to the beginning of my YouTube channel And that's how I did those videos. So keep it simple. You can bootstrap your way to growing your business. I would only recommend investing in more expensive equipment when you're at the level to be able to invest, when you know that you're getting a return from these videos. Even when I did decide to invest more into my filming equipment, I got a camera. It was a Sony 5000. I think at the time I spent $400 on it. I got a ring light from Amazon. I think it was like $50, and I kept it pretty minimal. Now for your editing software, once you film those videos, I recommend using things like iMovie. It's free if you have an Apple computer. If you're using Windows, there's a free software, Windows Movie Maker. If you want to invest a little bit more to have more functionality with your editing, I'd recommend something like Filmora. You can do your research to see what other kind of editing softwares or equipment that you'd like to use, but I just say keep it simple. Now there's 3 important things I have on a checklist before I even start filming that I'm gonna share with you. Make sure that you have these in line before you start filming, because when I first started my YouTube channel, I would just turn on the camera and ramble, and I had no idea where it was leading, and then editing was a nightmare because I didn't have a format, and I also didn't have these 2 pieces that were gonna make sure that I monetized these videos. We're not just creating content for the sake of content here, so listen up. The first thing you need prepared before you even turn on that camera is the outline of what you're gonna speak about. Typically, you're gonna start this video by introducing yourself, introducing the topic. Maybe you bullet point about 3 different steps of this topic of your expertise. Then you're gonna close out the video and give them this is the second part of your checklist, a call to action. Having the script is gonna make sure that you're not fumbling, rambling all over the place, that you're following a specific structure leading towards the call to action, which is the next step that you want your audience to take. Every video should give your audience the next piece of value that they can consume and how they can grow that relationship with you. So at the end of every video, maybe you give them a call to action and recommend another video. Maybe you ask them to follow you on another social media platform, or you give them a freebie, a lead magnet where you can say, click the link below to also access, and maybe you give them an ebook or a checklist or a video training. And the third thing on your checklist to keep in mind is that you want to make your videos about 8 to 12 minutes. YouTube likes length. So when you have length on your YouTube video where you're providing value, you're giving them the very specific steps outlined to give them the value that they came here for, that's what's going to help your YouTube channel grow. If you want to learn more about how to create content that converts, that leads into more cash flow for your business, I've created the next step for you. It's a training that I've made called How to Create 6 Months of Cash Flowing Content in 3 Days without publishing your face off for months with 0 sales. So click the link below and you can get access to that today for free.